and then get to discuss some of the issues in the news with you, and hopefully get Rufal Sini to join the conversation, call in, and then we get talking this morning. And also, you are also going to call in later on the program to tell us what you think about the headlines and some of the hot topics. Right now, we are streaming on YouTube. You could go to our YouTube page, just search for us, Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and then you could watch us live and take us everywhere you go. We also have a mobile app. You could download it. Just go to Google Play Store and download our mobile app, or you can go to our website. It's at www.voiceofthepeople.ng. Now let's begin this morning with the Vanguard newspaper. The first headline here says maritime workers threatens to shut down nation's port. That's the first headline. Also from the Vanguard this morning, we have our potent anti-cancer drug awaiting clinical trial. Professor Oyenikwe, that is on the Vanguard newspaper. That's we hope it's get through, so that it's a good news if it's get through. Also from the Vanguard this morning, a bandit kills 28 in Kaduna. Security personnel, terrorists die in Zamfara ambush. 2023, Okupe's conviction won't affect our campaign, says Labour Party. Ohaneze denies killing of 100 Northerners in Southeast. Also from the Vanguard this morning, displacement of Benue Taraba farmers responsible for worsening food inflation, says VSF. Fraud, Labour Party may replace Doyin Okupe as Peter Obi's campaign DG. And now we move to the Daily Thrust newspaper. Suspension, Twitter negotiated with us, says federal government. That is on the Daily Thrust this morning. CSOs decry hitches over PVC's collection, seek extension. And we have this headline too from the Daily Thrust. Court jail man 10 years for kidnapping 6-year-old cousin. Buhari, I fixed return journey from US on 80th birthday to avoid celebration. And conviction, Okupe victim of honest mistake, says counsel. The story is on the Daily Trust newspaper. Now we move to the Nations this morning. Workers to get a better deal. Tinubu assures NLC TUC. Minister whips for live Sharibu Chibok girls. This story is on the Nation's newspaper. Minister whips for Lai Sharibu Chibok girls. The full story is on the Nation's this morning. Tinubu holds South Town Hall meeting in Calabar. Local petrol refining to resume next week. And we also have a headline here from the Nation says cholera death toll rises to 51 in Cross River community. We'll do better than men, female governorship candidate says. A story is on the Punch this morning. Also from the Punch, court stop Emefiele's arrest, groups back CBN governor. Rising attack, vote buying threatens polls, INEC cries out. Money laundering, Okupe pays 13 million naira, escapes 2 years jail. And also from the Punch, Fayose allies reject Atiku's appointment. PDP calm. Get product from reliable sources, NAFDAC advises pharmacies. Federal government plans 2.4 billion naira rehab centers for repentant terrorists. FRSC deploys 1,226 vehicles, others for Yuletide patrol. And now we move to the Sun newspaper this morning. Nigeria decide 2023 pleased to deploy X squad intelligence officers, investigators to arrest vote buyers. And petrol scarcity, expensive diesel, not our fault, says oil marketers. Also from the Sun newspaper this morning, NDLEA seizes 5.4 million kilos of assorted illicit drugs. Convict 2,904 drug traffickers. Mawa. And now we move to this day newspaper. INEC, if attacks on our offices persist, polls may be jeopardized. The story is on this day newspaper. FT, complicated electoral maths may favor Atiku in February election. The writer here reads that PDP candidate says he won't return after 2023. Discloses Buhari gave him personal commitment of free fair polls. Also from this day newspaper, ship owners seeks Ajegule resident relocation to upgrade Apapa port. BBE direct bank to sell their 60% shares in Discos to new investors. The writer reads here that NCP approves release of 1.3 billion naira for payment of 13-year-old outstanding entitlement of shackle workers. And Buhari expresses gratitude to well-wishers on his 80th birthday. The story is on this day newspaper. And finally this morning, let's look at this one from the Sun newspaper. It says a PDP crisis will soon be over, says Autumn. And also from the Punch, protest as Lagos policeman enforcing ban kills motorcyclists. Now, these are the headlines this morning from various newspapers. We're going to be looking at some of the news making the rounds, the hot topics this morning. And the prominent one that everybody seems to be talking about is the Okupe story. What is really happening? Is Labour Party going to continue to use him as the DG? A lot of talks around it. So we're going to be talking about that this morning, and also be looking at this one from the Punch newspaper that says that protest as Lagos police men enforcing ban kills motorists. We have Rufai Hussaini on the line with us this morning. Good morning to you, Rufai.
Morning, Mary. How are you? Yep.
I'm doing great this morning. Welcome to the program. Now we're starting our discussion with this trending story of Okupe. It's trending. Every newspaper is talking about it. When the news broke yesterday, everybody was talking about it. Now, from the Daily Thrust this morning, let's start from here. It says that conviction, Okupe victim of honest mistake, says the council. Now, Tolu Babaleye is the counsel for the former special advisor to the president, Goodluck Jonathan, on public affairs, that Dr. Donyo Okupe. And he said that what actually happened is just a victim of an honest mistake. He says that Dr. Okupe is a victim of honest mistake and circumstances. He was found not guilty in count 1 to 37, which borders on money laundering, fraud, corruption, misappropriation of monies he took from the office of NSA. But he had issues when it comes to count 38 to 59, which provide that he was guilty of an offense of collecting money in excess of 5 million, which is a permissible threshold under the Money Laundering Act. Now, the question I have is he's already an ex-convict. That's what it is. Even though he paid the money and he was not jailed, he's already an ex-convict. What do you think the best action should be for the Labour Party because of the office he is holding as the DG?
Okay, so let's get into the matter.
Yeah.
The truth has to be said that the arc of justice grinds slowly, but definitely it will grind. What happened? Most was transferred. Nigerian wealth was transferred. Let's not forget that. for the propagation when it was in power. The most question you ask is that why is it that a thing like that during political season, expense of suffering Nigerians? This was all Suki money. Why is it that it was the money meant to be citizens that was used for that? We need to be able to have, as regards transition period.
I think the line is not. I think it's breaking. Let me disconnect and call you back. It's breaking. We need to hear what you're saying. So let me try and get you back on the line so that we could talk about this and move to other stories. You're listening to the Front Page Review of Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and I'm speaking with Rufai Useni, trying to see his own side, what his takes is on this issue that is trending concerning Okupe of the Labour Party. Okay, I think let's
is it
see.
Better now?
Yeah. I think it's better.
So the question is, we should first think of having strong election laws in such a way that even if an incumbent is running for presidential elections, state money should not be used. The incumbent should go and look for a source of funding elsewhere. That's the first thing I want to bring out there as regards public accountability. Secondly, I saw a lot of newspaper reported that the man was docked for money laundering. That's wrong. That's poor journalism. That's sensational journalism, which is not true. The counts of money laundering could not be proven in court. What the man was docked for was a violation of the threshold and the limit for money laundering act.
Yeah.
That's what he was docked for. So he was not docked for money laundering. That was not able to be proved against him in the court of law. Let's get facts right. Facts are sacred, because I see a lot of people running to town because of political exigencies. It was not docked for money laundering. It was docked for the violation of the limit threshold set in money laundering. Thirdly, there were two options given. An option of fine, also an option of jail term. For the 26-count charge, there was a limit of 500,000 set on that amount that culminated into 13 million naira. There was given a conditionality to pay before 4:30 p.m., which during Okupe has fulfilled as of today, that option, or to go to jail. But it's also pressing one thing further. The Zama SCS, they're going to use an appeal to also clear his name. The law and the look and feel of things is when you have any encumbrances against you, it is just best you step aside from any position. The ideal thing would be that Mr. Okupe should step aside while he sort out all his legal matters from being the DG of the Labour Party. And I think the Labour Party, too, I think it was a breaking story, and they were talking as regards that and replacements. But I think lessons should be learned here. And I think what's missing with the case really is the fact that we should set up strong laws in place that incumbents should not be able to use state funds for the propagation of themselves during elections. I'm sure if you investigate after President Goodluck Jonathan, you will still see that level of thing continues. That is what we should guard against. How we can have strong laws that protect our money. Anybody that wants to run for election should go and raise his money, should go and do crowdfunding, should go and set up a GoFundMe account, but not touch our state funds in running the elections. I think that's just the thrust of the argument we miss here. Hello, Mary?
No, I'm here. I'm listening. I'm listening to you.
Yeah. I'm done with my points. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So they said the honorable thing for him to do is to step down.
Yeah.
But do you think this will anyway affect the Labour Party in terms of their campaign and everything, because he was on top of the campaign as the DG running things. Do you think this will anyway affect the Labour Party? Maybe take them a little step backwards.
Definitely, it will affect them. A lot of people will use it to taunt them. The news around town will be, oh, your campaign DG is found for corruption and all of that, money laundering. But let me also tell you, the truth has to be said that the Nigerian news cycle is very short. By January, people will still taunt them with it. The conversation will have shifted to other things. But temporarily, it will affect them. And it is also a big call on the accountability. And that's why some people have argued that this cobbled together Labour Party, it is also good that they should have done their due diligence.
Mm-hmm.
As regards asking, okay, what are the encumbrances around certain people? But also some people argue in return and say it's politics. That is anything you can get. And that this man had been with him from day one. But it's also good because, you see, there's been one too many challenges since they started. So, people will use it against them, but the news cycle in the country is about a week or two. I mean, there is no big story that I've seen that exceeded.
Okay, let's see how it pans out. But I think the story is weighted. Let's move to other stories this morning. From this day newspaper, it says here that FT complicated electoral maths may favor Atiku in February election. Now, the complicated electoral math of African largest economy may count in favor of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) candidate Atiku Abubakar in the next February general election. A Financial Times report has indicated, quoting close aides of politicians as well as selected political analysis, stressing that no one in Nigeria history has run for president more times than Atiku, with the top prize eluding him on each of the 5 occasions. As the report stressed that in February, the former vice president will make his 6th attempt as Nigerians choose to replace a replacement of the ongoing president. So, according to this complicated electoral math, you can see that Atiku has contested severally, and this is the 6th time, and he's saying that it might favor him this time around. What do you think of this report? And also, let me just add this, that Autumn said that the crisis in the PDP is going to soon be over. That's a sign of relief. It's from the Sun newspaper. He said this morning that they are working and the crisis will soon be over.
So, I like to deal with empirical facts. I would like to introspect further on that report and say, what are the election analysis that the Financial Times put down that at which you can assume that whatever the math is will favor Atiku Abubakar? I like to see the numbers. Because you see, I think one of the biggest samples I've ever done thus far is the Bloomberg sample size. I think it's about 3,000 across 12 states and all of that. And it was tilting towards somebody else. Although the other political parties have said, no, that's not the case, so that they will do their own empirical analysis, will not be able to see anything. But truth has to be told, as it is today, you have to get my honest perspective. I would say the election rate in 2023 is up in the air. Many factors will determine. Cash will be a very prominent factor. And you can see what is happening with cash now. You can see how the political parties are kicking back. You saw the first briefing yesterday on the plot against the nationalists, based on the fact that policies are stifling cash leading up to the elections, and now they are trying to push terrorism charges against him, and the top security action was even mentioned. So things that would definitely favor elections, how cards can move around. Also acceptability and the role religious leaders play. What is the interplay in the north as we speak today? Which political party is gaining ground in the north, in the south, and in the east? These are factors that are going to play out. And I don't like to call things because I have not seen a very robust empirical data as regards this. So, yes, it could be a case of sample size. Some people will say 1,000 sample size is enough for a country like Nigeria. The question is, let's look on as it comes on in the coming days. But it's still up in the air. Many things can also change. Also, the role INEC will play. You know, INEC is already complaining that if this attack continues, that it might jeopardize the election. INEC is correct, and that's why INEC will be protected. And you can also see the attempt by politicians to also discredit the INEC chief. There are also revelations that politicians now want to go and bribe INEC ad hoc staff to be able to get their inroads in the election. So there are many different factors. But one thing we always hold on to, and I will always say kudos to President Buhari for, was that he brought about what I call the rigging vaccine, which is the electoral act design, which makes it difficult to rig. Not that there's not going to be rigging. Kudos to him on that. But also the political will to tell the military and the security forces to be neutral is what will deliver this election in terms of security and fairness. To a certain degree, there's no election that is totally secure anywhere in the world. Even America, there were manipulations in Al Gore Bush election in the early 2000s. We all saw how that went. We saw how people practically rigged Florida with the aid of this guy, what's his name? Mr. Stone. So those are top Republican game strategies. So, but to a certain degree of fairness, it's those factors I talk about, and not what FT is saying that it might tilt in the favor of a particular candidate. It's up in the air. It's up in the air.
Let's go for a commercial break, and when we return, we have more to talk about. So a lot to talk about. So keep it here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. We have a story here on Buhari. I know you celebrated his 80th birthday recently, and also we have Lai Sharibu. Also, the story is here too. So we'll talk about it when we return from this commercial break. Keep it here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
Risi, where's your sister?
She's in the bedroom.
Oh yeah, call her for me.
Baraka, mommy is calling you.
Hey, Risi, Joe, please buy me chill drink from Dogo.
Dogo, you there outside? I beg, help us bring one chill drink, come.
Risi, sorry, please check if it's your daddy that's at the door. You that your line had been blocked. How did you get the credit that you're using, Ke?
I linked my NIN to my MTN line and got 20k free airtime.
Yes, so link your NIN to your MTN line today and get 20,000 Naira bonus airtime. Visit any MTN center near you to begin.
Mommy, where are you going?
MTN Experience Center, of course. You think it's only you that like good thing, eh?
Terms and conditions apply.
This is your number one radio station at BOP 90.3 FM.
Risi, where's your sister?
She's in the bedroom.
Oh yeah, call her for me.
Baraka, mommy is calling you.
Hey, Risi, Joe, please buy me chill drink from Dogo.
Dogo, you there outside? I beg, help us bring one chill drink, come.
Risi, sorry, please check if it's your daddy that's at the door. You that your line had been blocked. How did you get the credit that you're using, Ke?
I linked my NIN to my MTN line and got 20k free airtime.
Yes, so link your NIN to your MTN line today and get 20,000 naira bonus airtime. Visit any MTN center near you to begin.
Mommy, where are you going?
MTN Experience Center, of course. You think it's only you that like good thing, eh?
Terms and conditions apply.
You are listening to your number one station, the Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Do not touch that dial.
Risi, where's your sister?
She's in the bedroom.
Oh, yeah, call her for me.
Baraka, Mommy is calling you.
Hey, Risi, Joe, please buy me chill drink from Dogo.
Dogo, you there outside? I beg, help us bring one chill drink, come.
Risi, sorry, please check if it's your daddy that's at the door. You that your line had been blocked. How did you get the credit that you're using, Ke?
I linked my NIN to my MTN line and got 20k free airtime.
Yes, so link your NIN to your MTN line today and get 20,000 naira bonus airtime. Visit any MTN center near you to begin.
Mommy, where are you going?
MTN Experience Center, of course. You think it's only you that like good thing, eh?
Terms and conditions apply.
24/7 around the world, non-stop. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. You're listening to the front page review, and I have Rufal Sini on the line with me this morning. The story here from This Day newspaper, although it's in different newspapers, says that Buhari expresses gratitude to well-wishers on his 80th birthday. So the president celebrated his birthday yesterday. And although he said that he wanted it to be quiet, and that was why he fixed the return from America on the day to avoid celebration, the staff were able to still put something together to celebrate him. So we're saying happy birthday to our president. Rufal Seni, you were saying.
Quiet, 80. We can't keep quiet. Happy birthday to our president, Save Allah. President Muhammad Buhari, 80. I wish him the very best in his life. And also when he leaves office, wish him the very best. But I think life is about legacy. And when he reflects, I'm sure there are so many things that he will tell himself that he could have done better. But, today is not about that. Today is about, it was his birthday a couple of days ago, wish him the very best in good health. And it's well with him, and also maybe in the coming years, if he's still going to play some role, as regards to righting those wrongs, in society, it will be good to also bolster his legacy. Because our lives are only characterized by legacy, and what we see people.
I don't think that he would think he has done anything wrong or left anything undone, because with the confidence with which he speaks, he talks, you could see that he has done all he could for the country according to his scorecard. And talking, okay.
Under his administration, 133 million people living in poverty. I mean, I didn't want to go there because it's his birthday, but if I go there, we'll not finish. So, 133 million people living in poverty, over 20 million out of school children. He's not been able to solve insecurity problems. When he came in fact, I remember the campaign mantra there was the fact that the general will get it solved once and for all. Your date will not be able to solve insecurity. So there are many things that are left undone. I think people should be honest with themselves and give themselves kudos where they did well and give themselves, flats where they didn't do well. You can't do it all. I learn to accept sometimes that you've not entirely done everything, well, to the yearnings of a lot of people. Because you see, Mary, a lot of people forget is this. And when the APC starts to scream that there's so much scrutiny on their campaign, the APC did forget in a hurry that a lot of people believed in them in 2016. So much people. A lot of people wanted them to win in 2015. Because they wanted a transition, at least, so that one political party will not feel that they have dominance. And they know what that was psychologically going to do for the politics in the country. And he did do that. After the 2015 elections, that opposition party did win, the talk about the power of incumbency became shattered in Nigeria, at least to some certain extent. So, and people expected so much. In fact, I'm a man that likes to go back to speeches. President Buhari's Chatham House speech, he said it that day. He said, I can see the expectations of Nigeria very loud. I hope we're able to meet the expectations. He said it at his Chatham House speech leading up to that election. Question is, can he say boldly that he's able to meet the expectations and yearnings? Those are the questions you should ask as regards to election. Yes, give it to him. He did some things. Invested some money in infrastructure and all of that. Right? Some real life came on board. Some roads were done. Second Niger bridges, I think, will count for him, even if it's not completed yet. It's going to be completed in 2024, which I hope will be completed. I mean, there are so many things that will be counted for him. But also, you cannot devolve from the fact that the economic uncertainty, how Nigeria economy went down.
Before I let you go, because I need to open the phone lines now. The minister, this headline here from The Nation says the minister whips for Leah Sharibu, the Chibok schoolgirls. When she was asked, that is the Women Affairs Minister, Dame Pauline Tolaine, yesterday, she was asked about Leah Sharibu's and the Chibok girls. When she wanted to respond, she cried. She brought out a handkerchief and then was cleaning her eyes, because that was one of the things that the APC said they were going to make sure they do, and nothing really concrete has really been done about it. So what she did was just to sympathize with the family of these people. Over 110 female students adopted from the government Girls Science and Technical College in Dapchi.
So there you go. See, cries and sympathies are not good enough. I don't see why Leah Sharibu couldn't come back home, or she's not been back home. Why was only Leah Sharibu separated? Because of her faith? Then did our government fail her? Yes, our government did. Because you couldn't bring her back home. That means you allow the terrorists to keep the pace of things. And that's why you are a government. You have all the power, and we give you all of our sovereignty. You are supposed to have the monopoly of violence. Nobody is supposed to be able to use more violence than the state. So if some people can still play the violence card better than the state, then there's a problem. So if when I was talking about economic instability, also security instability, Nigeria has become worse off in terms of insecurity than 2015. It's so bad. Remember, 2015, I could drive to my village without passing an ID, but today I have to think twice. Bandits, marauders, and everything are on the way everywhere in the southwest. So, those are the legacies that he must constantly question himself. And telling yourself the honest truth makes your life a whole lot better.
Okay, thank you, Rufai. Thank you, Rufai. Let's open the phone lines now and get the conversation going. Happy birthday again to our president, and we wish you long life and prosperity.
And on behalf of myself, my family, and the POP family, a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year to all of your listeners. I know we started just in June. We're about 6 months old. But we can assure you that for the next Christmases to come and next years to come, we'll give you unparalleled, professional, unbiased, reportage and balanced reportage. And very soon, we'll know what will be your radio station of the light and the number one for you on your preset dials, in your cars and in your home. We just want to be your favorite radio station.
Yes, sir.
Voice for your voice as a person. We love you. We care about you. We're thinking of you. We're praying for you. And you are our family. Mwah.
Thank you so much, Rufai. Have a wonderful day. Okay, time for you to join the conversation now. 0700 903 903 903. Good morning to you.
Mary, good morning to you. How are you?
I'm doing great this morning. Thank you for being our first caller, Mr. Peter Monse.
Thank you very much, Mary.
Yeah.
Now, Mary, I think what catches my interest this morning is the cry of the Minister for Women Affairs over Chibok girls and Leah Sharibu.
Yeah.
And I think modern Nigerians will cry for the lack of adequate power supply. This president or APC promised us 40,000 megawatts, and today they are still rationing 4,000 megawatts. That they especially give you power for 7 hours. You have it 3 hours, 2 hours, they just ration it that way. And other people will be crying, for the lack of honoring their promise on 4 new refineries and the rehabilitation of the old one. So a lot of people are crying, not only the ministers. And then one of the minister for economic affairs, they also should be crying for the hunger that Nigerians have been pushed into. That 130-something million Nigerians, more than half of the population, have been pushed into poverty. Another says that the skyrocketing prices of foodstuff is because of insecurity. So other people are crying for insecurity. Nigerians are crying. Nigerians are crying, not only the minister. But let me say it this way. Mary, do you know that in 2014-2016, there was a woman that was trying to persuade me to vote for Buhari and APC? I said, no, I will not do that. I had my reasons. I told her, I said, no, please do it. Vote for them. Because they said they are going to bring back the Chibok girls and Leah Sharibu, and that they are going to end Boko Haram. And the woman pleaded with me that if it is only bringing back of these daughters of people, the wives of people, the children of people, if for only that, let us vote for Buhari. Now, where are the Chibok girls? Where are they, Sharibu? So I am just saying this morning, before APC should embark on any campaign again to convince Nigeria to lie to workers that they are going to better their lives, they should tell the workers that, look, we have improved power supply. They should line up the Chibok girls and Leah Sharibu in front of their procession and tell Nigerians, these are the girls we promised you that we will bring them back. We have brought them back. Then, if they don't do that, please, honest Nigerians with conscience, mothers, sisters, brothers, we should demand for the Chibok girls before we will recognize APC. If we don't see the Chibok girls before the 2023 election, if Leah Sharibu is not delivered to us before 2023 election, APC has no right to deceive us again. All their promises, they failed. They failed Nigerians. They failed me. Yeah. They failed the mothers and the fathers of the Chibok girls. Then, Shetima, you were the governor then, and today you want to be the vice president. Shetima, where are the Chibok girls? And where is Leah Sharibu? And many others that are still being killed. The blood are crying in Nigeria. So we should be warned. APC should not lie to us again. I think we should put them behind us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to join the conversation. You can also send in a WhatsApp message to 0700 903 9039. Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Hello, morning. How are you?
I'm doing great this morning.
Yeah, my name is Nili calling from Lekki. I'd like to talk about 3 issues, starting with the issue of politics and money in politics.
Yes.
Really, a lot of people say there are money bags in politics. But if you look at the last American election, over 400 and so billion was spent on that election. Why? It takes a lot of money to organize campaign. It takes a lot of money to organize even on the election day. They had early voters, and when you go for the last minute voting, you spend, even as in America, you spend over 10 hours in some areas, 12 hours on queue. They organize food so people can remain on queue. They organize people to go and get them out, come and vote. People that are doing this are being paid. We have over 170,000 or thereabouts election booths in Nigeria. Even if you have an agent in each of those booths, I will give them 5,000 each. Multiply it. Do the multiplier effect. These are money that needs to be spent. So we need to orientate our people very well. You know that everything is bribing. This is money that will be spent. You cannot go out from 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock early in the morning and come back 10 o'clock without having something to eat, to drink as a polling agent. And that's money. Then on the issue of Shaibu and the rest, I empathize and sympathize with all the people affected, really. But if you go by the statistics of crime control, best can be achieved within the first 24 hours. As the hours tickle, the possibility gets dimmer. And that's the challenge. Yes, government may promise, but look at what happened just recently in Kaduna or whatever, that over 20,000 or 20 people were killed. A lot of people are getting killed every day because of the Boko Haram and other insurgencies. And they fight back from the Nigerian army. I don't think in Nigerian military forces, I don't think we've really compensated our forces enough for what they are doing. A lot of people just think that they are just there, they are not doing anything. They are spending their lives.
Okay.
I know a friend that...
Thank you. We need to take other calls. It's
hello. You see, when people are campaigning, you allow them to campaign, and it's wrong.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling. Let's make our conversation brief. We have the other people trying to call in and also talk about what they think about in the news. So you have 2 minutes. Use it wisely. 2 minutes max. Use it wisely so we could take all the calls. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning to you, Mr.
Good morning, Mary. How are you?
I'm doing great. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, it's Frank.
Okay. Welcome, Mr. Frank.
Yeah. I want to talk about you read about the 9 killing of 100 Northerners in the East, not so?
Yes, it was in the headlines.
Yes, I think I want to contribute here. One thing, there's an incitement against the East and the North. They're trying to force us into unnecessary war. The safest place for an average Northerner in the country today is Eastern Nigeria. That's where they get employment. Nobody killed any Northerner in the East. And again, the Yesiala that complained that thing did not talk about a Hamushu. Last weekend or about 3 days ago, they were attacked. And almost 50 people, many houses were burnt in that region alone. Buhari never sent any message of condolence to the people of Enugu State. Then what is really going on? Are we now in a war? Or what exactly is going on? Is he really... And Buhari is not a man of peace. Today he is celebrating his 80th birthday, enjoying his life. But other people's life are being taken away by his people, Fulani herdsmen, Fulani bandits across Nigeria, and everybody is keeping quiet. He's enjoying his life, moving around. The worst thing you can do to an individual is to take his life for nothing, for crying out loud. So I think the solution to Nigeria's problem is not even this election they're talking about. We should go for a referendum. How do we live? Can we live together? If we cannot live together, let us divide in peace. Nigeria cannot be a country.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Frank, for your
contribution.
You're welcome. Yes, have a fantastic day. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call in to join the conversation. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mary. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, you have come right up and silence on the line.
Yeah, I know it's you. That's why I laughed. Go ahead, sir.
I think, let me quickly correct this. As a journalist, when the callers call for referendum in Constitution, Uncle Rufai can confirm that we don't have that leisure in our Constitution called a referendum, except the amendment should be made and that should be inserted. So nothing like referendum in our constitution. So we should not dwell on that. Away from that, the recent case of Donye Okupe that has been, arraigned and sentenced and on the 2-year jail term. As I'm talking to you, I'm a strong supporter of Peter Obi now, doing everything possible within me and everyone I know to join me and make sure we actualize this ambition of Peter Obi 2023 for him to become president. I did it for, President Muhammadu Buhari 2 times, or as many times as possible he won. I believe Obi is going to win. So, for me, other people are saying, it is a political witch hunt. Donye Okupe, I know, had been in PDP, even worked with President Dr. Jonathan. So if he's found guilty, irrespective that he's in Obi's camp now, that the court find him guilty, please let him go and serve his jail sentence. Let Obi now replace him with another credible person rather. So for me, I don't buy this idea of, it's because APC is hunting. If APC is hunting, let them continue to hunt. When Obi takes over, Obi will hunt them also. You see what is happening in Osun State when Delegate took over. And he found something, culpable with the previous government. He called them. And they said they are not the ones. So Oyetola said it is Oregbesola's turn. Okay. In Lagos State, if Jandor wins, there is going to be the same thing. So for me, let him go and serve his jail sentence. So we should replace him with the right person.
Thank you.
So I don't buy that sentiment. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for your contribution this morning. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call in to join the conversation. Now let's take some WhatsApp message. This one says, "Good morning, Mary. The conviction of Donye Okupe is politically motivated. Leo from Lagos." Another message here says, "Good morning, Mary. On a side note, let me add one more headline. Rufai is saying it to sue network providers soon. Please, what is always wrong with Rufai's network? Please use Airtel. Thank you for clarifying the discussion around Donye Okupe's sentence." Okay, and Ireti from Bagada, thank you for your message. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mary.
Welcome to the program.
Of course, my name from Major State.
Yeah, welcome, Mr.
Mary, this morning, my take this morning is the newspaper that said that 100 people of the Northern are killed in the Eastern Zone. I think the Ohanes and Gibo should take that media to court. Let them come and prove it beyond reasonable doubt. Because somebody will not be in the office there and come up with cook and bad stories, fictitious stories. It doesn't work out that way. The media should do their work effectively. Somebody will not be in the office and somebody will cook a story and you go about writing such fictitious stories. It's not done. So having said that, on my another take is about Sharibo's case. You know that is a strong message to the people that are still under the cloud of deceit in this country, because a lot of things that are happening in this country is all about deceit and deceive. That lady's case, like the man, the vice president of, the vice, what is his name? Shetima was the governor of that state when the incident took place. And up to this moment, as we speak right now, nothing has done with Sheribo's case. So it is a strong message to the so-called people that are still talking about, sometimes there are things I don't want to be involved. Okay? If we want to be realistic to ourselves, that man called Shetima shouldn't in any way talk to Nigerians or APC. make campaign to Nigerians because they fail in every aspect of life in this country. I mean APC as a party.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Okoro, for your contribution. Okay, 0700 903 903 903. That's the number. Hello, good morning to you.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name and your location?
This is Mr. Legend calling from.
Mr. Legend, welcome to the program.
Yeah. The truth is that the man is the commissioner of police in Enugu State. Is he an Igbo? Is he a Christian? That's number one question. Because if he is a Muslim and he's from Fulani, he cannot control the Christians in Igbo. It doesn't work in that way. That is the problem we are having. Because I have been told that that man also, all the places he has been going as a commissioner, where they have promoted him to, he has been causing violence, killing people over there. Why will you bring a commissioner of police to control the Christians while he is a Muslim? It is not done. The recruitment of this country, the way they recruit the military and the police and everything in this country, it is not working for us. They are being tribalistic. That is the truth. But when they go to Muslims, they will use a Muslim to control Muslims. When they come to Christians, they will bring Christians to control. They will bring Muslims to control Christians. How can it work? That is why they will be killing Igbos. Since the honest Igbo have decided to say that they should be killing their brother, and they bring in figures as Igbo, is it a revenge? Are they saying that they are revenging over the people that Igbo killed? Let them call a spade a spade. If it's a revenge, let them call it revenge a revenge. If we want it to work for us, let the commissioner, we have Christians in police, we have Christians in army, let them take over Igbo land. Otherwise, they will continue killing the Igbos until they finish the Igbos. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, John Legend, for your contribution. Okay, we have a message here that says, good morning, Mary. The honorable thing Adoyo Okupe should do now is to resign as the DG of Labour Party. His conviction is a big pointer for the opposition to use against Peter Obi if he continues in office as the DG. Please, we don't want stories around Obi. From HRHBC Nwoko in Oshodi. Thank you so much. I think this is all we could take this morning. Our time here is up. Thank you so much for being part of the program. I'll be here again tomorrow, same time from 7 a.m. to 8:55. Yes. My name is Mary Onaife Edebi. You can find me on Instagram at Mary Media. Coming up next at 8 o'clock is Ogendigbo. Keep it here. Do not change the dial. This is the voice of the people, 90.3 FM.